What's up YouTube? For tonight's video, we have a full underrated Pokemon team. Now, there are a lot of Pokemon out there which I feel are underrated, so I wanted to do a team for it. This was the second voted highest in the Pimpnite community tab. Thank you for everyone that did vote. Now, people, thanks to all the people that rocked up for battle stream last night. We had such a blast, so many good single battles, lots of good multi-battles, and I even ate a pickle on live stream. If you haven't followed me and checked me out on Twitch, make sure you do. Link is in the top of the description there. And we should be doing another stream tomorrow night. So make sure you don't want to miss these streams, people. This is where all the salt happens. All right, this was a battle in my office against, we have against Kath there. So if you guys haven't followed Kath, I'm sorry you haven't subscribed to her on YouTube. That's Crimson TV. Link is in the description. Go subscribe there, people. Just hustle me some brownie points, all right? So we got the Choice Banded Carnivine taking out the Giraffe in one shot. So I think Carnivine's a fairly underrated Pokemon. It's also kind of a forgotten Pokemon too. Oh, the question of the day here. What is the most underrated Pokemon? Leave below in the comment section. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. I want to see, leave them below, people. I'm really, really interested. So we got the Turtonator going for a flamethrower. Yeah, I live on 7 health. And then I get burned. Oh, I was going to swap it out and, leave the Carnivine for later on. I thought it quite be good handy there, but damn, that was really, really unfortunate. So I'm losing my Carnivine early on, but it's not such a bad start because I got rid of that Giraffe ring. So now going into my Unpheasant. Now Unpheasant, I feel, let me explain. I'm going to explain these Pokemon over the course of this battle because, as you probably know, this is quite a long video. Both of the battles are really good, but they're actually really, really long too, like something else. So now we got the Alola coming in here. It's going to be able to take my Power Herb Sky Attack Unpheasant pretty well there. Now let's go over what that set was, and we'll get to why I picked some of these Pokemon too over the course of the video. So make sure all you guys stick around for the whole thing. We've got some really good battles here. Okay, so I'm going to go for the Steel Wing on the Golem, hoping to get a defense boost, because we all know that's going to happen. And guess what? I miss. I'm going to go down to the rock side. I really actually didn't want to swap much into Lola Golem either. So down goes my Unpheasant, which was pretty unpleasant. So now I'm going to go into my Stunfisk. I've got Earth Power on this set. Now, with Stunfisk, I just think Stunfisk is a really underrated Pokemon. It's very unique. It's got a lot of different moves. It's quite tanky. Its typing's really interesting too. I just think it's very underrated. I've done well with it in so many battles. It's such a cool Pokemon. So with the Maractus coming in there, I don't want to stay into this at all. My team is actually kind of weak to Grass Pokemon too when you take out the Carnivine and Unpheasant out of the picture. So we got the Bloom Dune coming from the Maractus there. Now this Dusknoir set was actually pretty good. Now, I reckon Dusknoir is such an underrated Pokemon. I really like using it. It's been MVP in so many battles for me. It's got excellent bulk. It's got decent stalling moves. It's even got some nice offensive moves to use as well. I just think and it's got nice abilities, like Frisk is a good ability too. I just think it's very underrated. Obviously, a lot of these Pokemon that are underrated, I guess they can be they're outclassed by other things too. But I feel it's very strong. It's a very underrated Pokemon. So now we got the Maractus having the Scummy Shield there, doing a little bit of damage to me. Now I've got Pain Split on this one, and Ice Punch, Power Up Punch, and Shadow Stick, max health and max attack. So this is a bulky, physical attacking Dusknoir rather than more of a tanky stalling one. So Maractus is a little bit of a problem at the moment. I've got to take this out, so now it's going to go for a Spiky Shield. I knew that it was going to go for another Spiky Shield, so I just went for the Pain Split, right? Pain Split is obviously going to hit it, but it's not going to do any damage to me whatsoever. So now I was like, this is my time to go for the Ice Punch to try and take this out. Maractus, unfortunately, is going to be able to bulk that one out, and it's going to be able to go for a Giga Drain. So it's obviously a special set. Now, Dusknoir actually lives that one, which is really, really good. So at this point, I thought, well, I could go for another Pain Split here or go for Ice Punch. Decide to go for the risky Ice Punch. Now we got the Maractus swapping out and the Turtonator swapping in there. Now, Turtonator is very, very bulky in defense. Just its base defense is nice. So it's going to be able to tank that run really nice. And Dusknoir hasn't got the greatest attack stat in the world either. So swapping the Dusknoir out and going into the Stunfisk. Because Stunfisk is fairly bulky. So this was I'll let you know what this said. So I've got another Pain Splitter. I've got max special defense and max defense because I'm running Pain Split. We got Pain Split, Scald, Earth Power, and Discharge. So just a really solid set there. Ability, static, and item as leftovers. So it's basically really bulky on both sides. And since I didn't put anything into health, Pain Split works rather good on that. So now we got the Alolan Executor coming in. Another grass Pokemon. I was like, oh dear, what are we going to do against this? Stunfisk could not do a single thing against this, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to swap out the Stunfisk. I didn't have my Unfez. I didn't have my Carnivine. I couldn't swap in my Dusknoir. The only one to swap in was Regigigas. Guys, you know that I love Regigigas. So I think, apart from its ability, which is obviously holding it back, it's got great moves. It's even got some nice special moves too. That's why I'm running a special set. Now, the special set actually isn't affected by slow start either. So I think Regigigas is very underrated. It's so good. It goes to the board. It's a normal type Pokemon, only one weakness. Obviously, that ability with slow start is holding it back there. Anyway, so we got the Sleep Powder from the Alola Exeggutor, and that is now going to swap out into the Gumshoes. So as soon as I seen the Gumshoes coming, I was like, I might be able to work around that with my Dusknoir. But the problem was, right, it was only on a little bit of health. So it's either Toxie coming from the Gumshoes. I'm like, it's definitely going to have Facade. So I went into the swap into my Dusknoir, which was already on low health. I really actually needed my Dusknoir still, but I had to do that swap there. Going to frisk out the item, which we already know what it is. And the Facade is not going to hurt my Dusknoir. So I thought, well, I might be able to play some mind games with this Gumshoes, right, and get that toxic damage to rack up nicely. So I thought, well, it's probably going to have something like Crunch. So I'll go into my Stunfisk, which I'm confident can take it really well. And the Gumshoes is now going to go for Crunch, which is good. So I can't get Static or anything. Obviously, they're already poisoned. But I was able to tank that attack really, really well. So now I was thinking, well, Gumshoes is either going to go for a Earthquake or go for Facade again. So I was like, let's go into the Dusknoir again. The actually Trick Room runs out too. So going back into the Dusknoir, now it actually doesn't go for either of those moves, guys. It actually goes for the U-turn. I was like, okay, U-turn, that's not very effective. I just tanked that one on 8 health. So that was actually really good. I played around that Gumshoes really nicely there. I got some damage on. I took minimal damage really. And now we got the Alola Golem coming in. So I thought, should I go for my Z? Should I go for my Fighting Z Power Up Punch, or should I go for Pain Spit first and then go for After? Decided to go for the Pain Spit first, does some nice damage, give me some nice health back. Now the Alola Golem's going to go for the Rock Slide there. I live on 14 health, so that worked out really, really well. And now that's going to enable me to be able to go for the Alola Golem with my Fighting Z Power Up Punch. So Golem does have nice base defense in itself, right? So I thought it'd be best to go for the Pain Spit and then go for that, instead of just going for a Z move and then going down to the next move. So that worked out really, really well. And of course, like most of the time, you don't expect like a fully offensive Dusknoir either. Normally it's like a bulky stalling Pokemon, firing off Will-O-Wisps and things like that. Anyway, so we got the Golem going down in a smoking crater, and that was really good. So I had to get around some of those Pokemon. So Dusknoir is back in the game. As I said, Dusknoir was the MVP in this battle. So now we've got the Gumshoes coming in. Now I know the Crunch or even a U-turn's coming my way, but I don't want to lose it just yet, because it does have Ice Punch for the Maractus and the Alolan Exeggutor. So now we've got the Facade coming from the Gumshoes. This is a max health, max defense Relicanth, and man, you really can't do any damage to this on the defensive side because it is so bulky. So now going for the Scald here. Normally you see like a physical set on Relicanth, so I wanted to run a fun special set. Now Relicanth, right, I'm looking at a more probably more standardish set there. It's got nice bulk, it's got nice attack, it's got Rock Head, so you can go Rock Head Head Smash. You got Earthquake, you got like a Rock Polish Swift Swim Sweeping set. Waterfall, it's got a nice move ball on the physical side. It's got interesting typing too. I know it is 4 times weak to Grass, but apart from that, it's actually got decent typing. So anyway, getting my Calm Mind boost up. This is the Sleep Talk, Rest, Calm Mind, Scald, Relicanth, Max Health, Max Defense. And boy, this thing is so bulky on the defensive side if you go Max Health and Max Defense. And we got the Swift Swim as this. I didn't run Sturdy on this because I didn't think there was really any point. It's not like you were going to keep it in a Grass type anyway, and it's not like they were going to get through your defense in one shot. So that extra Calm Mind enabled me to take out the Gumshoes there. Gumshoes did some nice damage with the Earthquake though as well. So now we got the Alolan Exeggutor coming. I was like, what am I going to swap into? Stunfisk can't come in. I mean, Dusknoir can't come in. Relicanth has to stay in. So yeah, I'm going to go for the Scald, hoping for a burn there. And Exeggutor's going to go for a Trick Room. So it's like, okay, this is really bad because 3 of my Pokemon are going to can get absolutely demolished by the thing. My only saving grace here was my Regigigas. So now we've got a Draco Meteor coming. I was like, okay. I definitely thought a Giga Drain was coming our way, and that's going to take out the Regigigas in one shot. Now, some of it, like all of these Pokemon were actually VGC sets too. So some of the EV builds were like really weird, and like Pokemon would live like interesting attacks or like I don't know, it was quite interesting to go against. So now we've got a -2 in special attack. Executor is going to obviously swap out there. So I'm thinking, well, if it would have used a grass type move against Relicanth there. If it had Giga Drain, it would have used it. So I'm thinking it doesn't have a grass type move. So going for the Icy Wind there, in case the Executor did actually say, and then Turtonator is going to live that one and get a speed drop. That's fine anyway. I've locked myself into that. So Regigigas, in my opinion, is an amazing Pokemon. I just like running the special set on. It's quite good. But if you manage to get around its slow start, it starts absolutely wrecking them. So this set was as follows. So taking out the Turtonator there, which was nice. We got max health and max special attack, choice specs, Hyper Beam, Icy Wind, Thunder, and Focus Miss. It just has like a nice little surprise packet to it, apart from the physical set. Alright, so the Alolan Executor is going to come in with the Sleep Powder. So guys, think about it for a sec. We've seen Trick Room, we've seen Sleep Powder, and we've seen Draco Meteor. That only leaves one more move slot. What is the other move? If it was a grass move, it would have already been used earlier on, right, against my Relicanth. So this was giving me a little bit of hope. Okay, so now we got the Alolan Executor going, setting up the Trick Room again. Obviously, this team is fully based around Trick Room. All the Pokemon are like really, really slow. Okay, so I was thinking, well, I don't really want to be put to sleep again, so I'm going to swap out my Regigigas, right, and go into my Stunfisk and see what this actually can do to me. So now we got the Alolan Executor going for the Draco Meteor. Now, there's only 2 Pokemon left, which is 2 grass types. So I tanked that first Draco Meteor pretty dang well just because I've got max special defense, right, and I've got the leftovers on this one as well. Okay, so I was like, what can I do against this? Let's just go for, like, Discharge or something. So we got the Alolan Executor go for another Draco Meteor. I was like, okay, it clearly doesn't have anything really to hit me outside of that. I'm going to tank that second Draco Meteor. And, I mean, the Maractus could swap into the Stunfisk, but I could have, like, I could have something like Sludge Wave, so it's not 100% guaranteed swap in. And that Maractus does, that definitely doesn't want to lose a Maractus at this point in the game ever. So now we've got the Alolan Executor go for another Draco Meteor, and that's going to hit me not very hard at all, and I'm going to be able to recover some leftovers. So the point about this set was, I think there's another move, but it's definitely not Stab, and Draco Meteors will try and take me out in one shot. If I wasn't running max special defense, that would do a lot of damage. So, obviously, the Executor is really stuck in here. It really can't swap out, so it's just going to keep going for damage. I mean, I'm not doing a lot of damage to it either, so it doesn't have much to lose. So, I'm going to leave, I think that's the 3rd or 4th Draco Meteor in a row. The next one is going to be enough to take it out. So, go for another Discharge there, hoping for a Paralysis. Finally, I get one on the Executor, which is really good. So, getting some more leftover recovery. Guys, can I live the next attack? So, the Twisted Dimension is going to run out. I'm going to swap out my Stunfisk here and go into my Dusknoir, because I thought Dusknoir can live this next one and actually nearly take this team out. Okay, so frisking out that Citrus Berry. The other move I haven't actually seen yet, so we got the Trick Room getting set up again. I knew that was going to happen. Now, I could go for Shadow Sneak here, but that's not going to be nowhere near enough to take it out. The other move was Flamethrower, so definitely for Steel types, if you ran like a Draco Meteor and like Giga Drain, you'd be walled by Steel, so I can definitely see why that set was the thing. So going for the Ice Punch and taking out the Alolan Executor. There's nothing that could have done there. So the last Pokemon we've got is the Maractus. Now, I could go for the Shadow Sneak, but this thing is, I know this is running a weird bulky set. So I'm going to go for, I think I went for an Ice Punch and it's going to outspeed me. I was hoping I could outspeed the Trick Room, but that wasn't the case. So now we got the little bit of Giga Drain recovery for the Maractus. I've got my Regigigas still, and I've got my Stunfisk. So since the Trick Room's up, I thought, well, I'm going to stall out another turn in the Trick Room. I think there's like one more turn left. So going for Discharge, I actually outspeeded the Trick Room, and I crit, but it doesn't take it out. And I was like, damn, I could have gone for a Shadow Sneak before, and that actually would have been enough. I didn't think I'd actually outspeed the Trick Room. So that's my Stunfisk down, but there's only one more turn left on the Trick Room. Regigigas is in nice health. The only thing about it, right, is I am asleep. So swapping in the Regigigas, the best move I can go here is just go for the Icy Wind to take out the Maractus. They got the slow start up, but even with slow start, Maractus is actually going to outspeed me. Some of these Pokemon could have, like, I think most of these actually had berries on them too. So desperately trying to go for the Giga Drain to heal itself off. I wake up and hit the Icy Wind, and that one is the game. I hope you enjoyed this battle, guys. It was a really fun one. And make sure you do check out Kath's channel. The link is in the description there. Go check out it. She got some good vids there, good Pokemon vids. All right, let's get on to this next one. This was a freaking long battle. This battle was 55 turns. The battle before there was 40 turns. Okay, this was a battle on my Twitch. Make sure you go follow me there, people, if you haven't already. This was against Troll at Arms. So we got I was so tired last night, I think I called this Sniffy, but it's a servo. So leading things off with the Regigigas this time, I'm going to go for the Hyper Beam. This is a Choice Specs Hyper Beam set. So firing a laser out of my nether region, and it does over half health to the servo. Obviously, it's a bulky Everlight set there with the Leech Seeds of that bugger. It's going to be able to leave another Hyper Beam. So I'm a little bit of a quandary here. Now it's going to go for the Leaf Storm, so it's going to have Contrary as well, boosting its special attack. So it's a bulky boosting set with Contrary. I've got to take this thing out before it actually sweeps my team. So getting some health back with the Leech Seed there, and I really got to swap out here. I cannot afford to leave my Regigigas in against that thing. So now I'm going to go into my Carnivine. Now Carnivine, I thought would be a nice swap into this. So this thing has got Leech Seed. It's got Giga Drain, which we've already seen, and it's got the Leaf Storm as well. So Carnivine is like a perfect swapping for this. I've got Knockoff and I've got Bug Bite too. So we got the Servine swapping out, obviously knowing they can't really do too much to it. And we got the Registeel coming in there. So now we got the knockoff on the swap here. I just want to see what item it actually had. So I get rid of the leftovers. That was really good. That's a solid drop there by Carnivine. Now Carnivine is choice banded, so I'm going to swap that out and, maybe leave that for a little bit later on. So now going into the Stunfisk, I've got Earth Power on this thing. Now we've got the Registeel going for the Iron Head. Doesn't do a lot of damage to me. I've got Static on this one too, so I thought that'd be nice if it actually could kick in. But we'll see if it, maybe down the track in the battle, it might be able to work for me. So now we've got the Registeel going for the Earthquake. This is a physical set. I'm thinking it could have something like Cursed maybe. Earthquake does a lot of damage to my Stunfisk, even though I'm running max defense. Now I'm going to go for the Earth Power on the Registeel, hoping it does have something like Weakness Policy. It does okay damage to it. Since I'm running like most in bulk, it's not going to do a lot. Now with Stunfisk, you can run like max health and max special attack and have a more offensive presence in it too. It's just a really great Pokemon. I love it. So now we got the Servine coming back in here. I'm going to go for Earth Power. Once again, I'm kind of stuck in this set. I can't really do too much to Grass type Pokemon. That's where Sludge Wave comes in there. Sludge Wave is a nice move to teach the Stunfisk as well. Sort of has like a 4 to 5 slot move syndrome. So now we've got the Servine like swapping here, and we got the we have the Regice coming in. So okay, that's interesting. The shiny Regice. I actually went for the Pain Spit here just to get some health back, which is actually a good move. So that's still going to do some damage to the Regice, and it's going to heal up my Stunfisk a little bit. The Regice also has leftovers as well, so it's like, okay, we've both got leftovers. This is going to be interesting. So I know an Ice Beam is going to head my way. I cannot swap in Carnivine. I don't really want to swap in my Regigigas. I've already taken prior damage from before. So let's go into the Dusknoir. I might be able to get some power-up punches against this thing and, go for the Z Power Punch. So now we've got the Ice Beam coming from the Regice there. It does a fair bit of whacker health to my Dusknoir, so I was thinking, well, I'm definitely guessing this is max special attack, modest nature for sure. Probably like max health, max special attack. So now we got the Protect coming from the Regice there, and it's going to protect itself. I need a drink of water, guys. This is like a super long narration today. Okay, so just hydrating myself a wee little bit there. So now we've got the Regice. I melted down the Regice to hydrate myself, guys. So now we've got the Regice going out, and we've got the Registeel coming in. So Pain Spitting on the swap there. I knew there was a risk that Registeel could come in here, so I wasn't too concerned about that. So now we've got the Registeel going for the Earthquake against my Dusknoir, so I thought, well, this would be a good opportunity to go for the Z Power-Up Punch here. So I went for that. I was like, it's going to get to the choice, right? I keep waiting for this Regice to come out and to finish off with. I thought, I'm going to waste my opportunity to actually use this Z move at all. So I decided to use it on the Registeel and, get rid of a Pokemon. So that's going to be easy enough to take out the Registeel. It was around a little bit of health anyway. I actually don't mind shiny Registeel. That light minty green actually suits it. I love how the Z move make it look really interesting. Anyway, so it lives on 1 health. I can't believe it. I thought I was going to take that out easy. And now I'm going to go for the Shadow Sneak to finish off the Registeel there. Man, last night during stream on Twitch, right, I had so many Pokemon live on 1 health. It was crazy. Like, the people watching there, like, how many times did it happen? And it got freeze hacks like so many times too. Anyway, so out comes Daddy, which is Daddy Regigigas. They had all the Regis on this team, which is like really, really cool too. So now I'm going to go for the Pain Split because we all know Pain Split splits the pain. And I'm going to get lots of health back there because Regigigas has got lots too. Dusknoir doesn't have much at all. So now we got a special Regigigas too. We both had special Regigigas. That's a T-Bolt. I think that could be Choice Specs. That did a fair bit of damage. And now they're going to swap out their Regigigas and Co. back into the Servine. So it's like, I've got to get rid of this Servine. This thing is like really, really annoying. So go for their Power Up Punch there. So I noticed this probably doesn't have the greatest defense, so I might be able to take advantage of that. Now we've got the Leech Seed coming from the Servine. I thought, well, I could go for another Power Up Punch here, or I could go for the Ice Punch. So I decided to go for the Ice Punch. I thought Ice Punch and Shadow Sneak, should be enough to take it out. And it lived on 1 health again! Come on! So now it's going to get some more Leech Seed recovery. Merch available, people. Link in the description. You want to buy the merch. Guys, just buy it already, right? So I can stop plugging my merch. So now we got the Shadow Sneak taking out the Servine, and that one is down. Also, someone bought the lived on 1 health shirt today, and they bought a salt mug too. So whoever that was, thank you very much for supporting the channel there. We do have some new merch coming before Christmas as well. It may or may not have something to do with Magikarp. Wink, wink. So now we got a swap here, and we got my Regigigas come. So it's Daddy versus Daddy here, people. So we got the shiny, we got the normal versions. All right, so Regigigas is going to go for the T-Bolt on my Regigigas. I was thinking, what should I do here? Should I go for the Focus Miss, or should I go for the Hyper Beam? All right, so firing a Hyper Beam out of my nether region again, and it's enough to take out the opposing Regigigas. Man, that was like top 10 anime battles happening right there. So now we've got the Rock with the legs coming out, which is the Regirock. So quite an interesting theme team here. I mean, you could almost have, if there wasn't a Servine there, right, you could have a Wailord and a Relicanth, and it'd be like all the Regis and the Pokemon to access the Regis too. So the Regirock is going to take me out with the Stone Edge. Now we got the Regirock swapping out, obviously really fearing your Earth Power from my Stunfisk. Not that I don't think it would have taken it out anyway, because I wasn't running any special attack EVs, but it would have done a fair whack of damage to it. So Regice, so the problem here, right, was this Regice. This was very bulky in special defense and in health too. So at this point in the game, I really only lost 1 Pokemon, but looking at the things right, Stunfisk couldn't do monkeys to it. Carnivine had a chance to do something to it, but I was really worried about that Ice Beam. If it was max special defense, Carnivine probably wasn't going to live that one. So now I go for the Scald, hoping I can get a burn against this thing, at least get a burn and maybe get rid of some of that leftover recovery. So my Stunfisk is not looking too flash at the moment. I don't really want to swap too much into this either. So I'm just going to have to sack off the Stunfisk here. I really don't need it anymore. It's kind of like run its race in this battle, so that's good. I definitely can take care of the Regirock. It's more this bulky Regice, which is the concern here. Okay, so I thought, well, Carnivine, it's a fresh swap in for Carnivine. I could go for the Power Whip here and take it out. That's an option too. So now we got the Regice. It's going to go for the Protector. So going for Protector, it's going to get a little bit of the leftover recovery. And I was like, okay, that's fine. It can go for that. If I land the Power Whip with Choice Band against it, it's not really going to matter against it anyway. I'm very confident it's going to be able to take it out in one shot. Alright, so the Regice is going to be able to outspeed me, which I thought it would. I was like, please just live like super badly, and it's not going to live. So it's definitely max special attack. Doesn't have much EV investment apart from, it's got health investment, but I think that's about it. I think the rest is in special attack. That's what I was thinking at this point in the game. So Carnivine goes down, which is really unfortunate there. I would have loved that to take it out. Now we got the Unpheasant. So now it's going to go for Protect again. I was like, why are you going for Protect on max health for? So I don't know if they see me using this set or just wanted to see what move I was going to use. But I went for the Sky Attack, and obviously the Sky Attack is going to fail. Well, the Power Herb's going to get used up, and my Pheasant is going to unpleasantly hit the Protect. So I can go for the Steel Wing or for Frustration. Since I missed the Steel Wing like a million times, it just went for Frustration. It does okay damage, and now the Regice is going to take me out with the Ice Beam. Obviously, it's a more offensive set. So things are starting to look pretty desperate now. I knew Regice was a big counter to this team. So if you think about it, I've got my Dusknoir left, which I've already used up my Z move. I've got to get enough power-up punches to actually take it out. Or I've got my Relicanth. That's the only Pokemon I've got left. So Dusknoir can go for the Pain Spit, or I can just go for some physical attacking moves. Now we got the Regice actually swapping out, and we got the type Scum coming in here. So I was like, oh, this is another bulky Pokemon. If you look at their team, right, every one of their Pokemon was really, really bulky. Even the Everlight Servine. So it's going to take some damage there. It's going to go for the Iron Defense. It's like, oh my god. The best I can really do is go for Power Punch. If it uses 6 of these, this battle's going to go for like ages and ages, like even more than it already has. So go for the Power Punch on the type Scum. It's going to do not really too much. I was actually thinking, Even if I can equal the boost of Vine Defense, I might be able to do some damage to it and bring my Relicanth in and see if I can take it out. So go for another Power Punch against the type Scum there, getting another attack boost. So we're on equal now. It's got +2, I've got +2. So this is going to be a Scumbag air/flinching set on my Dusknoir. So I'm going to get it flinched there. I was like, the only problem here is if I do get flinched like a million times in a row, I'm going to be in trouble because I'm going to need like a lot of... if this is like a special attacking set, I'm going to need like a couple of Calm Minds up. So go for another Power Punch against a Type Null. Finally, against a Type Null, I'm actually at +1. Now, Type Null is just going to keep spamming air/, over and over again to try and flinch my Dusknoir. So I figured I'm going to live about probably like 2 more of them. So go for the Ice Punch, go for a Scumbag Freeze, and it worked! It finally worked! So Dusknoir is going to be able to go for the Ice Punch or the Power Punch. Type Scum is frozen. It's frozen Scum, people. And I'm going to go for the Power Punch, taking it out. So that was a really, really good result there. I think that it possibly could have had Rest as well. That would have been an absolute nightmare. Okay, people. The last 2 Pokemon we've got is the Regirock, and we've got the Regice as well. So the best real thing I can do is go for the Power Punch. I didn't want to go for the Stoli Pain Spit. I just want to get damage off against it. Does really good damage at +3, so I'm happy with that one. Thankfully, it doesn't have like a weakness policy. That would have been bad. Now, the Regirock is going to miss the first Stone Edge and hit the second one. So that's my Dusknoir down. The last Pokemon I've got left is the Relicanth. Can I Relicanth do anything? Okay, that was a bad pump. So now, we got the bulky... this is the bulky set, guys. You know this is the max health, max defense one. We got bold nature on this one. You'd never really run bold on Relicanth. Now we've got the Regice swapping out, and we got the Calm Minds getting set up. So I knew there was a good chance that Regice would have Thunderbolt, right? So I was like, I've desperately got to get up these Calm Minds, right? If I can get up the Calm Minds, I've got a good chance. Now, since against Regice's really, really tanky special defenses, I'm going to need like 3 or 4 Calm Minds up, maybe even all 6. So go for another Calm Mind. That's +2 Calm Minds there. So I've got +2 in special attack and +2 in special defense. So now the Regice is going to go for the T-Bolt against me. It still does a lot of damage considering I'm running max health, and I get paralyzed as well. So like, damn, this could be really bad. So I was thinking right away, I've got to go for rest here. I've got to get the rest off because I don't want to be paralyzed. This is actually a 3-hit KO. So now we got the Signal Beam. They're trying to go for Parafusion. And I got the berry there, thank goodness. Instead of running leftovers, I actually ran a Citrus Sprayer there. So, like, I did that so I could get up my Calm Minds. I thought that'd be better than running leftovers, because at the when you're trying to set up, like, like a bulky Pokemon like Relicanth, right? If you're trying to set up, like, a bulky kind of move, like Calm Mind, you want that extra health recovery at the start. It's actually better overall than having leftovers, in my opinion. So, if you can get the boost up, like, real quick, then you're fine. Leftovers really doesn't like mean much then. Okay, so anyway, I'm really trying to get a rest off against this thing. It's a Parafusion, Signal Beam, Regice. Thank goodness I get the rest off. That would have been really, really bad there. So I've got all my health recovery, and I've healed off that paralysis, which is good too. So mainly here, what I got to do, right, is the things that I'm scared about now, right, is me getting Sleep Talk rest twice in a row, and the Regice, right, critical hitting me with a T-Bolt. So now Regice has kind of figured out that, it's probably getting to the stage where it's not going to be able to break through my special defenses. So time to bring in the Regirock and see how much damage they're going to do on the defensive side, right? So it's like, okay, that's cool. So now I'm going to go for the Sleep Talk, and I popped that Scald. I was like, yes, that's really, really good. Regirock is actually going to go down to that one. I had enough boost there. I got a crit. I think, I'm not sure if that had a Salt Vest, I think that definitely did matter. If it didn't, I think it would have become like really, really close. Alright, so the last matchup is it's the Relicanth versus the Regice. Man, this has been a marathon of a video. So now, I'm going for the Sleep Talk again. This is my second one. And guess what, guys? I got Scald again. Scald twice in a row. I was like, okay, let's gauge the damage, people. And it really doesn't do anything. So it's like, crap. I'm going to need a lot more Calm Minds to actually come up against the thing. T-Bolt is still doing a lot of damage to me as well. So really here, I needed Calm Minds up. I had to get the Calm Minds up, or Regice was going to beat me. It was kind of a thing here. I had to get the Calm Minds up, but at the same time, I had to risk getting critted by the T-Bolt. That was what I was really, really worried about. So anyway, getting another Calm Mind up. I've got +3 now, so I'm starting to get fairly tanky. So that Thunderbolt really isn't hitting as hard now. I was thinking I could go for another Calm Mind here, or I could go for the rest. I was thinking it could be too risky to go for one here. I was like, nah, I've got to go for the rest, because if I went for a Calm Mind there, right, and I got the Calm Mind off, and then the Reggie Ice went for the T-Bolt and paralyzed me, that would have been game there. Would have outsped me and taken me out. Okay, so Reg Ice is just basically spamming the T-Bolt. T-Bolt is obviously the best move it's got against me. So we know that it's got Ice Beam. We know that it's got T-Bolt. We actually haven't seen what its remaining moves are either. Obviously, it's something that really can't do much damage against me either. So hoping I can get the Sleep Talk Calm Minds up against the Reg Ice or even an attacking move. So I get another Scald. I'm at +3 now, so the Scald is doing a little bit more damage, not really doing too much. I get a burn. So getting the burn was really good because that's going to cancel some of the damage out of the leftovers. Okay, so Reg Ice has got no choice. Reg Ice has to go for the Thunderbolt here. That's its only play. It really has to get a critical hit. Now, my Relicanth here has to get some more Calm Minds up. It's simply not doing enough damage, right? So now my Relicanth, I was like, please get another Calm Mind here. I'd rather get a Calm Mind here than actually attacking it. And Relicanth is going to get a Calm Mind. So, guys, I haven't even got like a Sleep Talk rest for a while. So, it's like, this is really good. So, that's a +4 Relicanth now. So, that's really, really good. So, here I can go for another rest the next turn. And then we're going to be starting to get into the range where Relicanth can actually take on this Reg Ice with, actually doing some decent damage. Okay, so I tanked that one just there, which is really good. But, like, strategies like this are good. They can become very, very bulky, but they're very, very prone to critical hits. So now going for waking up, going for another rest against the Reg Ice. Normally I wouldn't stall so much, but the only way for me to win this battle is to go to sleep. Like if I keep attacking it, obviously I'm going to lose. So going for the rest again. Now we got the Reg Ice going for another T-Bolt against me. That's, as I said, that's its only play. So T-Bolt's still doing a decent amount of damage there to my Relicanth with a +4 in special defense and max health as well. So here I almost needed +5 or +6 to even do like remote good damage to this thing. So go for a Sleep Talk again on the Relicanth there, and I get my 5th Calm Mind. So that's Calm Mind number 5. One more and we are at max, and then I'll just start attacking it with Scald. This is, I won't even be bothering going to sleep there. I'll be so bulky. Okay, so I was wondering when the Reg Ice's Thunderbolts would actually be running out too. I was like, they must have used like quite a lot of them already. And I was wondering what other moves it would be using apart from that. Also, I was thinking if I did wake up, they may go for Ice Beam and try and Freeze Axe me too, and then save their Thunderbolts to try and take me out. That was another thing I was actually worried about too. So now going for a second Sleep Talk, and I get Rest. So I knew Rest was going to come up eventually. Like, okay, that's fine. Now Reg Ice is going to go for another T-Bolt against me. I can leave about 2 to 3 more. 3 would probably be pushing it here, and it'd probably be wise on the third one to go for a rest then. So inevitably here, I'm going to need to rest off once more, and I'm just going to start attacking this thing and see how much Scald does. So now I'm at +5. Scald is starting to do some sizable damage to the Reg Ice. So now Reg Ice is going to go for another Thunderbolt. The next one is going to take me out. Thank goodness. That was actually really risky there, because if I got paralyzed, that would actually be enough to actually take me out in the next turn. Okay, so now I was like, well, I'm going to go for one final rest here, and then I'm going to go for the Sleep Talk, and that should be the Reg Ice down if I don't get critical hit. So this is like super, super tense here. Now, at this point in the battle, right, we had on the chat, we had like an overall total of bits donated, and I actually had to eat a pickle. So everyone was furiously waiting for this battle to happen, right? And I had to, because they wanted to see me eat a pickle. That was really mean. I had to eat it, guys. I had to eat this nasty pickle. You guys know that I hate pickles, right? The juice was absolutely foul. So now I'm going to go for the Sleep Talk on my bulky Relicanth. I should try and do a sweep with this Pokemon. And I'm going to get Scald. I'm like, yes, so that's good. I got an attacking move on the Reg Ice. Does big damage. One more Scald is going to be enough to take out the Reg Ice. Now, Reg Ice, obviously it doesn't have any healing moves. Even if it did have rest, I was very confident that I could take it out almost in 2 shots if I had like another Calm Mind up. Okay, so my final Sleep Talk here from the Relicanth. Even if I didn't get like Scald this turn, I could go for another attack on the next turn. So now I'm going to get the rest again. It's like, damn, that would have been nice to get it. Reg Ice is going to go for its final Thunderbolt to try and take me out, and it does not crit me. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the game. Holy moly, this is a marathon. The first battle, we had 41 turns. The second battle, we had, I think this was 54 or 55 turns long. Like, almost 94 turns in duration. So go for the final Scald, and that is going to take out the Reg Ice. Did anyone last this entire battle without skipping? Let me know in the comment section. But don't go away, people. There's an amazing bonus battle. You got to check it out. All right, peace.